Hi.
Hi guys. Sometimes sick. Sometimes I hate children, and sometimes, but I always hate children. So yeah, we hate children, and we never want them. We despise them. Anyone who has children, you're dead to me. So and fuck your kids.
See, every now and again, right?
People would be so confused what the fuck that was about. It's like
And that's why I'm
what's
explaining it. Yeah, every
so
now
it's
and
like,
again, right?
oh, Dennis just hates children. It's like I always hated children.
When you
Who you
live in a
kidding?
household that fucking has somebody in that household who works with children, very small, very autistic
Mm.
children, ones with parents that, do not give a fuck about, the extended fees of babysitters or last minute getting a babysitter before they go to work when their child rolls over in the morning and they're just like, Mommy, my head feels hot, I'm gonna throw out. And then they put their hands in front of them and they barf all over their hands and have to wash it and shit. Sometimes they don't care. And they send their children to school anyway. And get everyone there sick. Including people who don't even work at the fucking school. Like your boy here, who is now fighting the sniffles and the coughs. And just moments ago, recorded the Nasby video that went up 2 days ago on the channel, on the YouTube channel for you YouTube listeners out here, that 1 year anniversary Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl video. Might have not have sounded it. I was sick when I was recording that. Might have had the sultry tones of Nintoonist putting on his YouTuber voice. But
with
you
a side
best
of phlegm.
believe putting on his YouTuber voice. But holy shit. If y'all could see what I look like right now. I got the plaid, I got the scarf, I'm wearing a motherfucking Santa hat right now. It is October 4th. I'm that guy in the Walmart who puts all the Christmas shit out early. You know that guy who puts all like these Christmas decorations on his lawn on like November fucking 1st. Like the temperature hasn't even gone that far down yet. Motherfucker, it is not Christ Mass time. It is not Christ Mass time. Alright? God. So if I sound a little congested or my brain gets a little foggy and I start to say some shit about the Mario movie, just like, yeah, it looks like partially clay, but in the semblance of mostly power, I find that every dot on every toad is a representation of a separate religion. As you can tell by the trailer, the yellow toad in the back is carrying money, and he has 2 dots on the side of his cranium. Like, if I start spouting some random nonsense like that, please forgive me. Because the thing with me when I get sick, man, is that, like, I don't have a fever or nothing.
Yeah.
But fucking my body temperature is usually way lower in general than 98.6. Like, my default temperature is not 98.6, even though they say, well, that's what a normal human's temperature is.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get a normal temperature at 98.6, that's when I usually think I'm getting sick. Is the thing, like when my temperature is more normal. And so as a result, when I'm at a normal fever, oh, Dennis, I'm one of those people with fevers that gets fucking delirious when he's sick. I have a quick story about that before I'll let you get your words in about whatever it is you want to talk about. If anybody's familiar with a little show, it's called Back at the Barnyard. Yeah, it's from the movie Barnyard. Fucking Otis the cow, and that rat that sounds like Sheen, and fucking the pig, aptly named Pig. There's an episode. There's an episode of that show, right? I was sick as fuck when I was like 12 or like something. I got I don't think it was swine flu or whatever that was going around. I was sick as fuck, lying in bed, watching that shit, and there's an election going on, right? Not an actual election. In the episode, Otis the cow is running against the fucking lady who's trying to expose all the animals for talking and to be like the mayor or whatever of like the town that they're in. And the whole time she's trying to expose him as like as a fucking talking barnyard animal. And in my delirious state, where my brain was not 100%, Your boy might have not been able to differentiate the confines of reality as opposed to what he was seeing on his television screen. So as soon as she revealed that he was a talking barnyard animal, I might have screamed in my house. I knew it. At the top of my lungs. Ran downstairs to tell my mom and my sister, and aptly tried to leave my house to go stop the election. My mom and sister had to chase me back into my home and sit me back down, and when they told me none of that shit was real, my mind was blown. I was like, wait, what? Like, there's no cow in the election? There's no cow? And my mom was like, oh, you're fucked up.
And then she like felt your forehead. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, do you have hell in there?
I have Satan in my brain. And it's funny, I never get that delirious when I'm sick anymore because I never get like that sick. But there were some times when I was younger, if I would ever have a bad fever and it would get that bad. I only get that delirious like in my dreams now. When it's like at nighttime and I'm hot as fuck because of my fever and I can't get to sleep and I literally have like very bad obsessive thinking about like or hyper-focused thinking on one thing. That only happens when I sleep now. But now I couldn't tell. Oh God, I sound like shit about what was real or not. You know what I mean? So, have you ever been that deliriously sick, Dennis?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Because I know when you had COVID, you were balls deep in your girl in fucking Punta Cana. And if you were sentient enough to do that.
Wait, hold up. You don't need to turn on your brain. Fuck. You know that. That's a primal thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
In fact, some would say the opposite is true.
Yeah, you can just go ape shit. And just like turn off your brain, because that's where all the bad decisions are made when you think with your dick. You know what I mean? Like me going to Punta Cana when I had a fucking COVID. Nah, if
Punta Cana with your Punta Cana.
But if I don't know,
tissues in the house. I'm using fucking toilet paper right now to wipe my nose.
You know, it really is nuts. Like how much like shit you need in the house. And it's not like, oh, you need them like all the time, right? It's more like, oh, like break glass just in case sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, usually when the winter comes around, it's like, okay, everyone's gonna go get like the sniffles. Like everyone, it always happens. Like once the temperature drops, like everyone just slowly, one by one, everyone just slowly gets a cold or something.
Yeah.
And then that's when like, oh, okay, gotta bust out the tissues because everyone be over here like they in the house. But for me, getting like so sick like that, I think maybe the only time that I wasn't like delirious like you, where I ran out the house and everything, because I was honestly I was just too fucked to even get up out of bed. That's how fucking.
Well, that's like, the thing. I didn't realize that I got up and ran out.
Oh, you didn't even realize. You just like, your mom is like, David. It's like had to snap you out of it a little bit.
I was so hyper focused on making sure that we did not have a cow as our elected official that I don't remember running out of the house, but apparently I did. Like, that's how fucking delirious I was back then. Which, thank God I don't get that delirious anymore, at least when I'm seriously sick and I'm sleeping. But please, go on.
I think the only time? Then I got food poisoning.
What gave you that?
Seafood.
That'll do it.
No, actually, it was bad Chinese food.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, and
that's worse.
And somehow I did not sue the shit out of that place. And funny enough, a year later I went back to eat it. Dude, some of those... Almost like I forgot, like that I literally got food poisoning from this place. It's like I didn't just have a near-death experience, like literally puking and shitting out my asshole like a busted fire hydrant for about like fucking 4 days on the day of my final. Of my fucking final.
You come to me, you give me bad Chinese food on the day of my final.
I've never drank that much Gatorade in my life.
Dude, I remember you told me this story like years ago at a Chipotle and I couldn't stop laughing.
Dude, it was like, yeah, guys, in case if anyone like forgot. Summary, yeah, basically I ate Chinese food, got food poisoning, was knocked out for about a week, was supposed to be studying for my final, ended up going to that final anyways, even though I was literally pale white as my cum, and just straight up like was like Casper the Ghost in that fucking classroom, and took the final, failed like a man, left, and went back to bed. Literally, that was, my mom was like literally just parked outside of Bergen because I was attending community college by this point. My mom was literally waiting for me because I told her straight up, Mom, this is gonna be real quick. Because even I knew there was no way in hell that I was ever like actually gonna fail this, but like I just thought like in my, at least I don't know, some weird like part of me was just kind of like, yeah, just go take it anyways. Like, you know, whatever. Like you might pass, you might fail, whatever. You most likely you'll fail, but you know, just do it anyways. And then I just went, and yeah, after I finished, I already knew I failed, and went back home and just passed the fuck out for the rest of the day, and literally woke up next day, got an email saying you have failed this class, and I was like, great, and I just went back to bed and just didn't care. And here's the thing though too,
Pobrecito.
being sick like that really rearranges your priorities a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I guess maybe this is like, you know, this was kind of a given, but like, you know, I already knew I failed. I already knew that I was gonna fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, me being sick, right, made my like I don't give a fuck levels just like plummet down like to the Earth's core. Like that's how much I didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got that email, right, I was just kind of like, all right, okay, whatever. And I just passed the fuck out again and just went back to bed. So I don't know. That's like the only time, at least recently, like even COVID, like when I got it, like didn't really like fuck me up. And
Yeah.
I honestly I remember at least when I got back from Korea, and this was around the time when the virus was just starting to make like, you know, some rumbles in Asia. So when I got back from Korea, I legit think that I got like the whatever the fuck COVID was before COVID got its name. So I probably was patient zero in the United States. I think about it, but like I probably brought that shit back.
Was
like
you.
yeah. Honestly, they probably should have like brought me into a lab and just been like, it's like, you know, did you realize that you just started a whole global pandemic, and or not a global pandemic, but like, you know, you just brought this disease to this country, and I'm like, yes, and I'll do it again. Yes, you heard that right. I would do it again because I am a spiteful fuck. And it's like, what is the point of this? What, you're going to try to make me feel guilty for going on vacation and unknowingly bring disease? Motherfucker, do you remember that piece of shit who brought Ebola to the New York City?
I was just thinking about that person.
No one says shit about that guy.
Well, no one knew.
He knew.
Well, obviously he knew. He didn't give it, like, there was a couple, I believe. I think it was two of them.
But that's what I mean.
They
The
didn't give a
difference.
fuck. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. The difference is that I didn't know. Because here's the thing. 2 out of 3 times when I come back from vacation, right, I always bring back something, and it ain't souvenirs. it's like there's always some disease that just decides that guy and just latches onto me, and then just fucks me up on the plane ride home, and then I'm just fucked up when I get home. And I don't know what it is, man. Like my body just hates foreigners. Not like that, but like, it hates other countries immensely. I don't know what it is. I've gotten sick even one other time. I got food poisoning also. Even this was when I was way younger, when I was like in 5th, 6th grade. Like I went to, I think, DR with my fam, and I just completely like just threw a wrench to that whole vacation plan because I was just sick and bedridden for the whole trip.
Aww.
And I was a wee lad. I literally threw up in the lobby of a fucking hotel. And I felt like so embarrassed because after I got out of the bathroom, because it was like I was on my way to the bathroom, and then as I left outside, I saw the guy just like got the wet floor sign down and just going away at my fucking puke that he was cleaning up. I was just like this the whole time. Even as a 12-year-old, I felt immense shame. Like I was just like, no, like I can't see this guy.
I was in Radio City once, and I barfed because I was sick. I couldn't even keep my head up through the whole show, even though Santa was there, and I wanted to see Santa.
Oh.
And then when we got home, we were on the front stoop, and I said I had to barf again. And as soon as I went inside, and I was very, 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 very young when this happened. I was like very young lad. I barfed on my dog. And you guessed it. You want to know what dogs do when they fucking get a little wet?
Oh no.
And that shit went everywhere. You best believe it was a regurgitated potato salad all over that living room. And I was not the one who had to clean it. Fucking A, man. And on top of that, I guess I'll have here's my food poisoning story.
Oh,
One of my excursions outside of the United States when it was involuntary and I didn't like to travel. And I'm still not a big traveling guy, but, I'll do it when it's necessary, of course. I was in España. I was in Spain.
Okay.
Beautiful country. We were in Madrid. We were in Sevilla, which is one of the most beautiful places in Europe. Hot as all fucking balls. And everyone there smokes, which is horrible. I literally, like, walking around, like, you have to smell cigarette smoke all the time. It's fucking disgusting. Because, Europeans, when they do disgusting shit, it's classy. Like putting ham on top of their French fries with eggs on top is like a classy. It's a dish over there. It's literally a dish over there in Spain. But then when I do that over here and I put fries on top of my ham, people are like, "Oh,
American.
That's fattening. That's unhealthy." Whatever. You're filthy American. Which, by the way, I actually just weighed myself. I'm 200 pounds.
Oh,
yeah.
Good on you, bro.
I've never been that heavy in my life. I know what you're thinking, like, wow, like, what, David, why are you celebrating, you fat fuck? Like, no, that's not what I mean.
No, guys,
like,
no, this is mass.
Yeah, like, it's mass. I was
mass.
underweight for a very long time, and now I'm actually even slightly above average weight for my height and my age, so it's good. And I notice it's not even my gut, so shout outs to the fucking gym.
And protein shakes.
And protein shakes. Save my bacon.
If y'all ever... Just know this, if you ever decide to go and work out, it does cost money. It's like, I'm not even just talking about like the gym membership, like it actually does cost money.
I spent so much on those goddamn shakes.
Yeah, it's like if you're trying to make like a legitimate change, like it does cost money.
Just another way of capitalist man keeping us down.
But we're also getting fit at the same time, so it's kind of a weird give and take situation. But
yes. But it's filling, so you can literally replace meals with some of it. So,
exactly,
but whatever. Yeah. We were in Spain, beautiful country. What I enjoyed most out of Spain was the food, of course. As a young 20-year-old lad, I was 19. Yeah. Definitely, still eating a lot at the time. Still, even as it slowly dwindled down to the way my metabolism is now, which I've changed because of the protein shakes. My family ate something that I did not consume. Whatever it was that they consumed unleashed a strawl of demons inside of their orifices that lasted a solid day and a half.
God damn.
Yeah, it was some type of seafood that I did not eat, because I didn't eat seafood at all back then, which I'm still not a big seafood guy. I love calamari, fried calamari. I eat sushi, really.
But that's
like the
safe,
basic.
though.
It's like safe and it's basic, like, seafood, really, like, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the guy that eats, like, fucking swordfish or whatever.
Real quick, though, was it paella?
I don't remember. Well, I'm going to ask my mom right now, who is currently lying down recovering from her COVID vaccine.
No.
My mom, no, she's down. She's chilling. She's down. My dad ate it too. It's fine. I'll go ask them right now.
All right, fine. Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right, pause. Shit.
I'll keep them company. Like,
yeah, keep them company.
Yeah, guys, like just I definitely say like always just be careful of like what you eat. I mean, I'm like, I guess specifically when you're going to another country, just because at least, I mean, my girlfriend, she went to Peru and she got fucked up from the food there. So like, it's like, obviously, yeah, you should be trying like the local cuisine there, like wherever you're staying at. Like, don't be going to no fucking McDonald's, like, if you're staying in Madrid. Because there's McDonald's everywhere. But, like, just, like, obviously, yeah, you should try the local cuisine. But, like, you also just gotta be a bit careful, like, when you're eating over there. Like, no matter like where you go. I mean, when I went to Korea and everything, like at least, Korea, at least this place that I stayed at, Seoul, is a very modern city. So, at the very least, like, yeah, everything is like, you're not expecting that going in there. But
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, we have a winner. Dennis, it might please you to know. You got the nail on the head with seafood paella. We have a winner.
Bro, my cousin.
Okay, sorry.
But it's okay. My cousin, actually, he had an engagement party like a couple weeks back, and they had like this huge, like fucking just huge tray of paella, right?
Yeah.
And funny enough, I don't know what it was, and like cuz if you are ever gonna watch this or listen to this, like, I didn't skimp out on it because like I didn't like it, but there was just something in my brain that was just actively saying like, hey, maybe don't eat that. Like, it looked amazing. I mean, paella always looks fucking amazing. Like, yeah. I don't know what it is, because it's such a messy kind of food. Like, presentation wise, it's just always like just a whole bunch of fucking rice and seafood and veggies and shit, and like it always looks great for some reason. I don't know how. Like, considering like, at least in pictures, some food just looks amazing, like on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Paella shouldn't be that kind of food, but somehow it always, every time you at least do see it, I don't know what it is with the chefs. Like, they just make it in a way that it's like, oh fuck, I can't wait to dig into this. Like, I don't know what it is, but
yeah.
But paella, let me tell you, I've been to some places where they go nuts. They go nuts with the fucking seafood. They like just put they put the whole ocean in, sometimes in the whole fucking thing. And here's the thing, obviously, no one needs to be a chef to know this, but you handling seafood of any kind, and if anyone's like, out of the 20 of you out there that like have ever handled seafood and like, cooked it in your life, there is a lot of prep work that goes into it, because obviously you don't want to poison the fucker that eats this, let alone if it is yourself. You don't want to get like food poisoning.
Yeah.
And sometimes some things just slip through the cracks, and you get that one person who's literally shitting and puking his guts out the next, sometimes it's like hours afterwards. Like, your body just immediately reacts.
Try 3. I was the only man that was spared because I didn't need it. And the thing is, it was bad because me and my mom, the only non-Spanish speakers in our immediate family, had to venture out into the city to find a La Farmacia to get medicine for my family. So like, we had to like do like broken Spanglish to like the receptionist and shit. I remember like "Marry Me" by "Marry You" by Bruno Mars was playing on the radio for some reason in that place.
Okay.
And it was just literally like, it was the worst people that could possibly happen to. It was like your fucking medic got shot. That's basically what happened.
It's like when your healer gets shot in the game.
Mm-hmm, and you
gotta
imagine
that, guys.
You gotta heal him, but like, you can't. And then you realize like, oh god, our whole team is fucked now. Like that horrible sad scene in fucking Saving Private Ryan when the medic gets shot and they literally just don't know what to do. And
he's like mad. He's like mad the whole time he's dying too. It's like motherfucking crowds. Like, he's like bleeding out.
Oh god,
dude! If I was a medic and I got shot, it's like I'd actually be mad. It's like,
yeah, Saving Private Ryan is my favorite comedy.
It's a dark comedy.
It's a really, really dark comedy. That's why like it very rarely ever makes you laugh. That's why. Like the opening scene, oh, hysterical. Oh god.
Oh dude, man, when the ramps went down and then all those soldiers just died like fucking dogs. It's fucking great, man. I was busting out laughing.
Dude, the beginning shot of the movie where the guy has all his guts out on the floor, like, and he's holding them in his hands and he's screaming for his mother. And as soon as like that dialogue came out of his mouth, bro, I was gone. I was laughing my ass off, bro. Hilarious.
Dude, that one scene where the guy literally picked up his arm and just had no idea where the fuck he was at. Like, dude, I think I literally died. I died, man. Like, It was just the funniest fucking thing. Dude, it was even you know what's even funnier? When those two non-Germans rose their hands and said, we don't speak a Deutsch. We don't speak German. We're Czech. And then literally the 2 Americans shot them dead because, like they thought oh yeah, like, whatever. And then
Oh, I don't even remember that scene. That's actually depressing.
no, I know. I know. So guys,
One scene that's actually funny from that movie though, real quick. No, I'm not even kidding. Like unironically funny. Like I know we're just being idiots memeing right now. Is when they have like all that huge lineup of like captured Germans.
yeah.
And like I forget the Jewish soldier's name. I forget the Jewish. There's one of their soldiers is Jewish in Captain Miller's platoon, and he walks up to like all the Germans that are just like walking in that line, and he's holding the fucking Star of David in front of them, and he's got like wide eyes. He's like, Ich bin ein Juden, ein Juden. And he's got like the widest smile on his face, just like nodding in front of them, like me, yeah.
Dude, that's like some Inglorious Bastards level of comedy.
It was like literally, like it was like something out of Inglorious Bastards.
Quentin Tarantino saw that one scene, is just like, I could make a movie out of that. Let me just have this
scene where a guy gets shot in the nuts,
and also gets his head smashed in with a fucking baseball bat.
That scene is iconic, though.
I fucking love it.
That movie's incredible. Oh, one more story. I have one more story. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can I tell one more story?
Yeah. Well, and then after this, I kind of want to...
we want to talk Mario?
Just a little bit. Because, like, unfortunately, we weren't able to record this the day of the announcement. Because at least the day of this, it's like, 2 days away? The announcement reveal?
Yes.
So... because of my shift change from work, we had to kind of do this a bit earlier than we at least wanted to. Because I also agreed with David. I think we should have done it like of the announcement, but sadly we can't because I work till 10 on that day, so
yeah,
can't exactly record. But
and I'm in between jobs right now, so theoretically I could be the biggest douchebag in the world. Not that Dennis would agree to this, but I could be the biggest douchebag in the world and be like, oh, it's 10 o'clock, you done with work? Bet. And then we record, like, as soon as he's off work, and Dennis is like, David, I want to fucking go to sleep. I want to jack off. I'm tired. I want to watch some of my shows before bed or whatever. I want a game. I'd be like, so, dude, so what did you think of, like, I heard a little bit of Andy Dwyer in that voice. So what do you think, man? So apologies in advance. We don't have any reactions to the fucking thing, unfortunately.
Next week will be, I guess, reactions.
We'll talk about it next week. Maybe I'll make a separate thing for it, like if I have enough time after editing the NASB video, which I might not even do tonight, even though I have to do it tonight to get it up by tomorrow. I'm fucking sick.
You got it, though. You got it, man.
I'm sick. I don't want to fucking... whatever. I'll figure it out. One more story, because you said Inglourious Bastards. This isn't much of an illness story, but, I mean, I guess in a way it is. My grandmother is, and my parents would probably kill me if they saw that I talked about this on the podcast, but I'm just going to do it anyway. My grandmother is, very, 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 very old, and just not all completely there no more. So there was a time a couple of years ago, back in, like, 2019, where, her apartment actually had bed bugs, and she didn't know. And so she came to our house like around the Christmas time or whatever and stayed there. And so we assumed we probably had bed bugs. So we had to call fucking, where's Roscoe? Like those same people. And I met the dog. Okay. Roscoe's actually retired. Fun fact. There was a different dog that they had. I'm like, oh, Roscoe.
What happened to him?
I think
what have you done with him?
What have you done with... Are you Googling it? Okay, for you guys who don't know that, there's a Jersey tri-state, like, bed bug, dog sniffing bed bug company that services the tri-state area, and they're like only on like local ads because they're like local areas. So for you guys who are not in Jersey, who don't understand the joke we're making there, when we say where's Roscoe, that's like their slogan. Yeah. So if you don't get that reference, which you definitely don't if you're not from the area, even if you're from the area, you might not know it. When we say where's Roscoe, we called those people, dogs came, they didn't find no bugs, she didn't bring nothing, it was all good. But David, the fuck does that have to do with Inglourious Bastards? Well, I'll tell you. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were watching Inglourious Bastards. We just decided to watch that. Just like chilling, watching a movie, spending time together, cuddling in bed, very slowly removing articles of our clothing. Because, you know, we both, like, no words said. Like, we both knew what was up. You're with your girl. It was Netflix and chill or whatever. Eventually, she just takes, like, her top off or whatever. And then literally the second the movie ends, we just start talking very briefly about the movie. Like, oh, I like this part. Dude, like, this character's arc is ridiculous. And then, like, we just stopped words completely and just started fucking going at each other. And it was only upon, like, slowly going down to the nether regions that I notice a little something.
Oh, no.
On her leg.
Oh no.
A little bug.
Oh.
On her leg.
Oh.
The day that I was told that my grandmother had brought bed bugs back to our home.
No.
Let me ask you, any of you watching this, have you ever been cucked by a roach? Because I have. Not a good feeling.
It was at this moment. At this exact moment.
You ever get cucked by something that is literally smaller than your dick? Oh. Well, that's what happened. Oh. Good news was not a bed bug. My grandmother did not bring home any bed bugs. But she had gone hiking. She had gone hiking that day. It was a tick.
Oh.
Yeah, she had a tick on her leg. And, so at that point, I literally had her just I strip searched her at that point to make sure there was nothing else on her.
David literally told her to put arms up and just got like the little thing, just went to get the wand.
No,
around,
straight up.
Like
straight up. I did that. I didn't have a wand to scan it, but like literally, like I just had her like do that pose or whatever, and I'm just checking all over her to make sure there was nothing there. I took her
cavity search.
Yeah, I took her to an urgent care just in case. It wasn't on her long enough for anything to happen or whatever. But
because Lyme disease, in case you guys forget.
Yeah. It has to be on you for at least like 24 hours or so, like for it to really get the disease in you, like that. So like I'm happy I noticed it. Obviously, like I was like, Jesus Christ, I was like, what the fuck is that? And like it's not exactly what you want to find when you're about to go down on your lady. Yeah. So that's Inglourious Bastards.
That almost had nothing to do with the movie.
It was what we were watching at the time. It was like the Netflix and chill movie that we chose.
Okay.
And that's the story about how I got cucked by a tick.
I'm trying to
it reminds me of the fucking like Sonic dub, like, bro, how do you think I feel being cucked by a hedgehog?
Bro, I am trying to transition to another topic so fucking fast, but like I still cannot just get the image of putting myself in your shoes, about to go down on your girl, and seeing this one little black dot of like, what the fuck is that? And then upon closer inspection, it's a fucking tick. Bro, I would have such an out-of-body experience just even seeing that. I'd be like, because it would just be quiet for a quick second, and she thinks like, oh my god, yeah, I cannot wait. And then it's just gonna be like silence for 5 minutes. I'm just gonna look up at her from her nether regions and just be like, "Hey, babe, there's you got a little something there.
You got a sniz in your snook." Or snook in your sniz, whatever the South Park episode goes.
You have a tick on your snatch. No.
It was not on her snatch. I will admit, I mean, I was scared because I was like, I didn't know how long that thing had been on her, so I ran in to get it off. And it's interesting pulling a tick off of somebody because I had to like tug because that thing was like latched. You know what I mean? It was like just on there. And unfortunately, I also...
Ticks go to the gym, bro. Like, they work on the fucking...
And you are their protein shake.
Yeah, it's all the protein is all in the blood. That's how they fucking get it.
And I will say, very important, if something like that ever happens to you, which, God, I hope it doesn't happen in the same way to you as it did me, don't squish the tick. I squished the tick. Like, I killed it. That's a big no-no. You're actually supposed to take it to the doctor so they can examine the tick to make sure to see if it's carrying. That's a thing. You have to, like, make sure it's carrying. So I didn't know. So I freaked out. So I'm like, but thankfully it wasn't on her long enough, and I don't know. I think she's still alive. But been kind of pretending she's dead for like the last 2.5 years to try to get over her. But, you know, yeah, so I'm assuming she's fine. So whatever.
Moving on from ticks.
Yeah, we're done. Enough with the fucking TikTok. I'm sorry. Welcome to my TikTok.
Yeah, it's like moving on from ticks on snatches. God, that sounds awful. That just sounds terrible.
Dude, it was
like
not a fun experience.
I
won't
know.
lie to you.
I wouldn't. I honestly, maybe I would wish that on my worst enemy, but like,
Fucking asshole.
What? If he's my worst enemy, fuck that guy.
But that's not even him. That would be his girl who got it. She didn't do nothing.
Oh no,
Besides fuck the guy that you hate.
No, I wish that he would get a tick on his cock.
So you hope like his girl is going down on him, and then notices right below where she's sucking on the bout.
Yeah, and then just end sexy time right then and there, cold turkey. Just because, what the fuck is that?
I'll tell you straight up, it's a boner killer, man.
Is that a wart? What the fuck is that? Why is it moving?
Dude, I remember me and her were also having sex one time, and like it was during a Nintendo Direct where they were announcing the final Smash Fighter of the Fighters Pass 1, and it was a fucking like Fire Emblem character. And literally we all thought like it was the last DLC character, and I'm like, they ended it with this? With a fucking Fire Emblem character, and then afterwards, literally, we just didn't fuck. After that, it just killed the mood. It literally killed the mood for both of us. I'm being straight up. Like, Fire Emblem killed both of our boners. Moving on from the tick.
From the tick. Mario.
Yes.
Poster got revealed. Throw it up, Nintoonist, please.
Boom.
And, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. And I'm willing to bet money on this.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet a Chipotle bowl on this.
Let's find out if I'll take you up on this bet. And loser buys the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. I think it will be good. I think at the very least Miyamoto heard Chris Pratt's fucking voice and says, it probably just went to post and just be like, can we like turn his pitch like way high, you know, like just like, can we just do that? Like he could just talk the way he does and was just like, you know, make him go, hey, I'm Andy Dwyer. Can we just do that? Like can we just do that? Can we do that? We could do that, right? Like y'all are smart, right? Illumination, you could do that. Like
you're the 5,000 candles in the wind.
Yeah, it's like everyone, y'all, he just like literally just almost gaslights all the people in the studios. Y'all could do that, right? Like, y'all hear this, right? Like, we can't just fucking have him go, it's a me, Mario. I'm also Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, on that fucking trailer. Come on, like, there's no way, no. Like, I mean, but that's why, here's the thing.
Yeah, you turned me on.
I will just ask you this one question. Where is Gamora?
I have a question for God. Why? God!
I also just want to add, I just have a lot of miscellaneous thoughts. Nothing really coherent about
I'm not going to bet you on that Chipotle bowl, by the way, because I agree.
Because it's just a poster right now. It's just a poster. People, I don't know. People get so bent out of shape about like literal like teasers, and it's like you got 30 seconds of this movie, and automatically people just completely roast the shit out of it. But in this case, y'all got a JPEG of a picture, and if y'all are already drawing your fucking conclusions, you guys are fucking idiots. I'm sorry.
Listen. I can draw one conclusion.
Go ahead.
And this is not a joke.
Go ahead.
I can draw one conclusion, and that is that this movie is going to be an origin story. At the very least, it's not going to start in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's going to start in Brooklyn.
Mushroom Brooklyn.
No, literal Brooklyn. I'm talking literal Brooklyn because that's where Mario's originally from. Deadass.
So you're saying it's gonna be at first a like real life, like it's gonna be Chris Pratt and then he falls down a toilet.
Oh Christ, I hope not. That would actually be bad. That sounds like something that they could actually consider doing, but that would actually be terrible. I don't think they're gonna do that. No, it's the reason I say that is two reasons, right? One.
It's me, Mario. It's like,
where am I? Little Sebastian. We will miss you in the saddest of fashion.
right, go,
One.
go.
There's a character in this movie by the name of Foreman Spike. That is Sebastian Maniscalco's character. I bet a lot of you who watched the initial Nintendo Direct last year when they announced the lineup for this movie, when you were probably still busy pissing your pants laughing at like those images of like Chris Pratt and like Jack Black and everything and like all these characters in the Mario movie, you probably looked at the character Foreman Spike when Sebastian Maniscalco came on screen, and especially the Zoomers, you were probably like, who the fuck is that? Little Mario history for you right here. Foreman Spike was the antagonist of a Mario game called Wrecking Crew for the NES back in the 80s. It was a game where you played as the Mario Brothers, and instead of being plumbers, that's when they were carpenters. You were on a scaffolding, working on a building, and you had to, like, blow up certain parts of, like, the building or whatever to, or, like, you were building parts of the building or whatever, and then Foreman Spike, the antagonist, would come with bombs to, like, blow up parts of it or whatever, and you had to destroy the bombs before they blew up or whatever, like a sort of, like, Fix-It Felix, if you would, like, from fucking Wreck-It Ralph. Which I just realized what they based that whole shit off of. And, yeah. So that is set in, like, Brooklyn, like New York City. Foreman Spike is a literal character in this movie. He has been in one game in the fucking 80s. No voice. It's an NES game. Why is he a fucking character in this shit? Because it's an origin story. He's gonna be Mario's boss at the beginning, and Mario's gonna want more out of life or whatever, and be like, he's gonna make fun of him. He's gonna go, oh, you see that princess? You think you can get her? You fucking greasy Italian cuck. You think you can fucking get her? Go get her. Go get her.
He's like, go ahead, talk to her. Talk to her. I dare you.
Why else would they get Maniscalco? Come on.
Oh, one of the most Italian fucking like people you've ever heard.
Oh,
like,
are you kidding?
Honestly.
Yeah. Of course. So,
like, this dude looks as if he was in The Sopranos, but obviously, me being a Sopranos fan, I've never seen him in my life, so it's like...
He would have been in The Sopranos had he been famous during that show's run. They probably would have had him be a guest.
Oh, deadass.
Like, they easily would have. Yeah. He's fucking hysterical, by the way. He's Sebastian Maniscalco. He's a great comic. If you haven't, like, seen any of his stand-up, you probably like him. So that's how it's going to be an origin story. You also see Captain Toad. I'm just going to leave it on screen. Fuck it. You're also going to see Captain Toad right there with the back. He's looking right at Mario, like showing him this world or whatever, like welcome. You see that yellow Toad in the back staring at him incredulously with the money in his hands. Like, what the fuck is that thing? I've never seen that species before in my life. Oh, well, there's Peach, I guess. I guess they've seen humans before. But, you know, whatever. I've never seen an Italian before. Let's go with that. That Toad's never seen an Italian before. And he got scared. He's holding his money, just clutching it away. Whatever. Horribly racist Toads aside. One major reason that this is also an origin story. And y'all are going to think I'm joking with this. But I'm not. Take a look at Mario in this poster. He has no ass.
Where's the cake, guys?
He has
no cake.
No fucking ass.
No cake, guys.
You're telling me a man who jumps around that much
for a living
is not caked up? That is living proof that this movie is going to be an origin story. This is before he was a superhero. It was before he was jumping around. It was before he was saving princesses. Look at the way they showed, like, the Mushroom Kingdom and the way he's looking at it. He's looking at it as if he's seen it for the first time. That's a classic movie poster right there. Come on. I'm telling you, it's an origin story. And that I will actually put money on. If you disagree with that, Dennis, I'm down to do the Chipotle Bowl.
No, I agree as well.
You and I never honestly disagree on shit, do we?
Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't know. When the day comes, I'll probably just go like, woo! Like, you know, just probably get like a couple like little streamers and shit. Just like, you know, actually just scream out like Charlie did. It's like, woo!
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what I've been talking about. Woo!
Yeah, disagreements between friends. That's what I've been waiting for.
That's what I've been waiting for. Oh, I thought you were still talking about the trailer.
No. Because what trailer? We haven't even watched it yet. But
okay.
I already feel that I think as for the actual trailer, not the movie, guys, the trailer, it's probably gonna be basically what every other trailer is. Just gonna have clips of Mario being like, I want more, Luigi. I want to see what's out there. And then the emotional music swells. And I hope to God at least they bring some of the Mario motifs into the fucking music. You know, here's the thing. That trailer music, if I don't hear a single, like, this is going to be a crime, honestly. If I don't hear like a somewhere, already movie's going to fail. Already. I'm being serious. Like, if they put some generic fucking trailer music in this fucking preview, that is, like, I would be like, how has Miyamoto not killed you guys yet? Like, how is he not just taken his, obviously, katana that he has and just fucking lopped your heads off? Illumination. Like, I'm not saying also that, like, oh, it's like, oh, you have to have the Mario music for the trailer, right? Because, I mean, okay, the trailer could be fire too, yeah, but it just still have the generic music. But here's the thing. This is not your average IP. This is fucking Mario, a multi-billion-dollar IP.
Mario is Mickey fucking Mouse.
Exactly, as my friend so eloquently put it. If you put generic fucking trailer music, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you and your mother. This should... I don't even... Here's the thing. Like, already I'm a hypocrite because, you know, I already said if you're already going off about trailer, which isn't even fucking out yet, at least by the time of us recording this, it's not even out yet.
Recording this like on the Tuesday, 2 days before. That's when we're recording this right now, guys.
I'm already getting heated about a trailer that hasn't even come out yet. Like, that's what I mean. Like, y'all gotta check yourselves with that. And at the same time, like, yeah, I gotta also take a breather here and just, again, we don't know nothing yet. Like, it's still 2 days away, that fucking trailer. So, like, you know, we don't know anything. But I don't know. I feel as if for me that's like a prerequisite. It's like, hey, like if you're gonna make a Legend of Zelda music, like a Legend of Zelda movie, you better fucking have a da 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 somewhere, like in that fucking, you know, trailer, like somewhere. Like I swear to God, like like I don't want to hear like sad dramatic piano music like playing after Mario says, I want to find what else is out there, Luigi, and then just have that like bridge it with that. I don't want to hear that.
And then Luigi just says like, Mario, does your cat make too much noise all the time? Cause fucking Charlie Day. Get it?
Yeah, fucking. I don't know. Like.
Hey Mario, banana slammer, am I right?
Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up in a bit, but it's just like like I personally think I think I'm more leaning towards 70% that it's gonna be good. The only 30%
looks gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
I was just looking at it again, like all the pipes like going up and down the thing. There's gonna be like montages of how the pipes work in the kingdom. It's gonna be like their integrated little like transport system and stuff. Yeah. This poster looks almost claymation, like in its art style, which I don't know if the movie's gonna look like exactly like this 1-to-1. If it does, that's gonna be amazing animation because it literally like looks like claymation and like a painting at the same time. If the animation looks like that, I will be very impressed with Illumination.
I would also buy that poster. That poster is straight up like is wall worthy. Like for anyone who's like a big Nintendo fan, like
they're probably gonna sell it, and I'm definitely
they have to. Yeah,
I'm definitely down to take a trip to Nintendo World, try to grab one,
pick it up, frame it, and then boom.
Wait, if anything, they should send me that shit.
I don't know. Maybe ask your rep.
I was about to say, like, if anything, they should fucking you know what? Yeah. I literally work for you guys.
Yeah. Give me a poster.
I gotta say, it's surreal to even say that to myself. Like, you know, there's a Mario movie coming out, and I work for Nintendo.
Honest to God, I really wonder too. I guess by the time, well, the movie's coming out. What?
Oh, for those of you listening to the podcast who don't know that about me, I'm a Nintendo brand ambassador once a year when the holiday season rolls around. It's a job that I do, actually, like I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm pretty sure that the reason that girl probably, like, in the pharmacy or whatever, probably thought, like, when I was talking to her about her tattoo or whatever, when I told her that, she probably thought I was bullshitting her. She probably thought I was just, like, trying to, like, get with her or whatever when I told her that. Like, yeah, sure you do. Sure you do, buddy. Like, sure you work for Nintendo 3 years. You want me to take my pants off right now?
I'm gonna just drop my panties into this fucking core of the earth, like, thing right now for you, huh? Like, is that what you want?
Little did she know.
The boy was telling the truth.
Great, one of the craziest things the Smash community ever got me. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, and
yeah,
like the Toads, like their pants look a little baggy as well. Like, look at them; they kind of reminds me a little of Mario 2. Looks like Doki Doki Panic a little bit. Plus, it's got those weird ladybug enemies from Mario Odyssey at the bottom right there. Those things, I forget what they're called.
There's also one thing I want to add, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Illumination had a lot of fun making this.
Oh,
But they also had Miyamoto over their shoulder. He was yeah, like exactly like that.
Their necks probably.
Yeah. Literally just like was you making the Toads' pants are too big.
They used the wrong shade of red for like a second.
Literally, it could be like the most microscopic.
And then he shows them the right shade of red with his face.
He even like
look at how angry he is.
He would probably whip out like the fucking Nintendo art book. He probably if anything, Miyamoto for sure got all their Mario art books and just dropped it on the studio's like desk. Is like, look at this. Do not veer from it.
Hold on right there for a second, Dennis.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are rumors that are speculating right now. If you can still hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
That the Super Mario Brothers movie is going to be based on this.
Ooh.
Y'all can't see it on screen right now. This is my copy of Super Mario Adventures. This, my loves, was a comic book series that was in Nintendo Power for a little while. I'm pretty sure it was in Nintendo Power. I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. And this is the full collection of it right here. I got it at a Classics game store many years ago that we used to run Smash tournaments at. If you could take a look at this right here, you take a look at some of this artwork that we got going on right here. It's a great story. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Peach is like a badass in it as well. She's not just like a princess that just gets kidnapped, does her thing. Like, she fucks shit up in it for like no reason, and it's awesome. It is rumored that they might be basing it off this. And if that's the case, then I'd be down with that, personally. It's a good story. I won't lie. But
they obviously couldn't have like had Super Mario 64's plot as like the plot for this movie, because it's like, oh, I mean, here's the thing though. Mario doesn't really need an origin story, but I feel this is the safest thing that they could possibly do. Because, on one hand, yeah, everyone knows who the fuck Mario is. A fucking guy from the Sahara knows who Mario is. Everyone knows who he is, but it's like, I feel as if they were just trapped in the sense of like, look, we don't want to fuck this up. And what is the most foolproof, like, sort of trope that we could possibly do for this movie? An origin story. So, fuck it, why not? Yeah. So, and again, like, just to wrap up our thoughts here, I'm definitely gonna go watch it. I know we said this before every time that we brought it up, and like, at least finally, yeah, we have like a trailer that is coming out in a bit that will like show us like what to expect, and like, if some of our fears or hopes are I guess validated in a way. But I don't know, like I'm still leaning that hey, it's gonna, I think if anything I will enjoy it. I also just really don't want to hear Andy Dwyer. I just don't want to hear like,
we're still just waiting.
Yeah,
it's like the dawn of the final day, coming tomorrow, man. That's literally how it feels right now. Is that we just still don't know what the fuck he sounds like, and clearly this passed through a lot of people, including Miyamoto.
He's gonna be in the credits for sure, right?
Of course, yeah, no, including Miyamoto. He
has to.
Like, there's no way like he's gonna sound like Andy Dwyer and Miyamoto approve that shit. Like, there's just no way. Like, So I'm anxious to hear what he sounds like. If he sounds like the old-timey, like New Yorker style Mario, like, you know, oh my ears. He sounds like that. And then, I've done Luigi. It sounds like this, Mario. Oh, you guys are dead meat. Like, if he sounds like that, I'm down with that too. Because to be honest, those voices still work on them to this day. I won't lie to you. So, yeah, dawn of the final day. We'll see you guys next week for our reactions to that shit. Because that's the first thing we're going to be talking about next week. You already know.
Our thoughts and lamentations will be coming next week about it. But I don't know. I'm holding out. I think it'll be okay.
Me too. Honestly, I have faith. I have faith in this movie. I do. Yeah. And I told you, I think Illumination was the best choice that they could have gone with. DreamWorks would have hit fart jokes and shit and adult humor. Disney would have. I mean, Disney. Well, obviously Disney wouldn't have done it. It's not their IP. But you know, whatever. We're drowning on at this point. We're done. We hope you guys enjoyed. Plugs. We got some plugs, some plugs right here on the screen. Need some pipes to pipe those plugs. You feel me?
Right there for all you beautiful people.
Hopefully there are no ticks inside.
We got Instagram, guys. You can follow us on Double D Experience 2021.
The Double D Experience 2021. Yeah.
It wasn't even the year that we established the podcast, technically. I think, but it actually, no, I think it was.
We started the podcast in 2021. Yeah.
Okay, so established 2021. So yeah, like there. You can follow us on the Twitter. You can also
Double D Pod at Double D Pod
at Double D Pod, and also wherever platform you use to like go and get your podcasts. So Spotify, Google, Apple, and then for all you troglodytes who don't like those other platforms and prefer to go on YouTube. You can find that on youtube.com/Nintoonist and just downvote the shit out of this video so that so when we're wrong, you'll feel validated. But by wrong, I mean our thoughts on the Mario movie.
Yeah.
And then we come back in the next episode just feeling all defeated, like right off the bat. As soon as we hit record, we're just like, or we'll be coming back next week, at least, happy. Just, but
we
guys,
just don't know.
That is all. David is sick. He got to get some Vicks on his chest to feel better. So we will see you tomorrow in your dreams. We love you. Fuck off and bye. Bitches.
Lights off.